Okay, I just filmed a video where I was having a little bit of a rant and kind of talking about like the raw reality of trading and how I'm finding it really hard. Um, but yeah, I did that. I had a video like that, but I have a bunch of notes of things that I want to talk about, and I thought I would do this in a separate video so that it's not like, I don't know. I just feel like it's better in a separate video so that, if people want to actually understand like the more heartfelt struggles and whatever, they can go to that video. If people want to know the actual things that I'm doing to improve my trading, the things that I'm trialing out this week, then they can come into this video. If you want to watch both, please do. I encourage it. But I just wanted to put these in separate videos. But anyway, hello, welcome back. I feel weird because I just like stopped the camera and now I'm recording and saying hello again. But welcome to another Trading Diaries episode. I am going to be telling you guys these things that I've been trialing, things that I'm doing, and yeah. So coming into this trading week, because it's Sunday, so coming into this new trading week, I'm going to be trialing a new routine. So every single morning I'm going to be doing affirmations. I'm going to be reading out a page of notes on statistics so that I can form better habits and have it kind of instilled into my brain why I need to make sure I'm forming these habits. And then I'm also going to be, I have a different journaling routine I'm going to be trying to stay more consistent with. I'm going to be doing more morning analysis. I've got weekly analysis and monthly analysis that I'm doing. I literally just posted a weekly analysis if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I've got those things. I think that's pretty much it for my new routine. And then I'm trying to learn different types of support and resistance. So I just learned about dynamic support and resistance, which is trend lines, which is a very like hated strategy in the trading space, I've noticed, but it works. So, but I'm also just using it to analyze. I'm not specifically using it as my strategy, but the reason why it's like a level of support is because, as price bumps along, whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's other videos that can explain that better, but I'm classifying, when I talk about trend lines, I'm really talking about a dynamic level of support or resistance. And I don't trade support and resistance, but support and resistance in my trading strategy, which is ICC, I learned it by Trades by Sky. I use it, what am I saying? I use support and resistance to analyze where the sellers are and where the buyers are. So if there's a support, this is where buyers are sitting. If there's a resistance, this is where sellers are sitting. And sellers are pushing the price down, buyers are pushing the price up. You want to buy into sellers and you want to sell into buyers. There you go. But I'm not like buying and selling the consolidation. It's a different strategy, but it uses support and resistance as a confluence. So yeah, I want to learn different types of support and resistance because I know there's probably more out there, and I'm just genuinely curious. And I feel like because I'm using levels of buyers and sellers, it would be cool to know, I don't know, a little bit more about it. I don't want to overwhelm myself with too much information. That's why I'm trying to stick to specifically support and resistance and not try like fair value gaps or order blocks, breaker blocks, all of that like ICT stuff. I'm trying to stick with the basics and master them first, and then to trail onto that, I want to master these other things. So I want to focus on mastering market structure, mastering liquidity, mastering, again, support and resistance. I wrote that twice. I want to master volume because I use volume a lot in my strategy, in my analysis, really. It's not like a confluence that I need, but I use a lot of my strategy in my analysis to kind of understand where price is going to be a bit choppy or a bit or consolidating, or where price doesn't have that momentum. But yeah, so I want to learn a little bit more about volume, and I've got a few videos in mind, a lot from Fractal Flow. I found this other YouTuber. I will have to remember to let you guys know who they are, but I'm going to try all of those videos. I'm going to watch a few before I recommend it, but I'm going to try that. And then I also want to later on, so after this, so this isn't going to be this week, but I just thought I'd mention it in this video. I want to master the theories, the different theories there are, so like Elliott Wave theory, Wyckoff theory, it's called, and patterns. I want to like actually be able to see the pattern. My phone ran out of storage, so I really need to not yap in this episode because I have a lot of episodes where I do yap. I've been called out for it, I don't mind, but this is a little bit of a yap sesh, if you haven't already noticed. But okay, moving on to the next thing. I think the last thing that we were talking about is the theories that I want to learn. So I also want to learn and get really good at being able to identify the patterns in the market. So I know there's obviously double tops, there's obviously head and shoulders. The flags is something I'm really confused on. I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many patterns because I know that Trades by Sky said that it affected his analysis a lot, and he had a lot of things that he had to what's it called, have a lot of confluences that he had to have happen to get an entry that overwhelmed him, and sometimes he misses entries, blah blah blah. So I obviously know that I don't want to overwhelm myself, and my strategy will not be changing. As much as I'm learning these things, these aren't actually going to affect my strategy. I just want to be able to understand price better and to be able to read it better. And I feel like that's the only difference between not the only difference, but that's one of the differences between beginner traders, unprofitable traders, and profitable traders. Is like, I feel like profitable traders and that are experienced, they have so much experience looking at the charts that they know and are able to analyze it better than a beginner trader, because a beginner trader doesn't exactly know what's happening. Like, you can never know exactly what's happening, but you can have a better idea. So yeah, I want to kind of understand more about patterns, but not only just the patterns themselves. I want to understand the actual price and the orders and everything that goes on behind those patterns and why price reacts that way. Like, with support and resistance, there's a level of buyers, there's a level of sellers, there's a level of buy orders, sell orders, whatever. So yeah, I want to learn a little bit more about that. And then as well as that, I also am going to be learning candlesticks in the future. So like actually being able to like see the candlesticks and be like, yep, that's that one. I'm learning about that. Like I know engulfing candles, dojis, and the shooting star ones, but I want to be able to identify them like that. Like I want to know them like the back of my hand or whatever that phrase is. But that's literally just for my analysis and understanding the way that price is moving and why price is moving that way. And I feel like, yeah, just being able to understand that will be good. And then I also want to, this is something I'll be doing in the future, is studying profitable traders and the habits and traits they have. So I want to study the individual traders. Like a few that I'm thinking of is Justin Werlin, TJR, because I know that, you know, TJR course selling final boss or whatever, but he's a good trader. I think he's a trader at the end of the day, and I'm sure that there's things that I can learn about his mentality to be a better trader. And Randy Howe, Nasdaq Ali, and yeah, there's a few on my list that I want to study. And I'll probably do little videos in the future on like the findings that I have from them as individuals. It's really just to kind of understand the traits and be able to develop my own traits and my own understanding of trading psychology and stuff like that. And yeah, and then the concerns that I have for myself coming into this week is I'm tired. I have a lot going on personally, so I feel like I'm just a little bit, I don't know, drained. Not drained, but like I just, yeah, I'm tired. Like I've had a really like sleepy week where I've been up late and I've been waking up late, and yeah, so that's just one point. And then I'm eager to succeed ASAP. That's basically what I was talking about in my last video. So if you're interested in hearing a little bit more about that, watch my last video, part 1 to this trading diaries episode, where I talk about like how I'm a bit of an overachiever and a bit of a grinder and a hustler. So yeah, I want to succeed ASAP. So that's a problem that I might face in this coming week. And I feel impatient. That is a problem that I was also talking about, and like the reasons why I feel impatient, and like how it's obviously not the right thing to do when it comes to trading. And then being consistent with no results. That's another thing that I might go through this week that I'm aware of, because I'm being consistent in a way. I have things that I need to do better on, like journaling. But obviously I'm not getting that instant gratification. So that's something that might demotivate me into the coming week. So at least I can come into the week with the expectation that this is something that might come up, and to remind myself that it's not that deep, and you know, you need to just be consistent and just stop complaining. And then solutions that I have, it's having a specific workflow, and finding ways to display that with clarity. So I want to find a workflow that I can use that displays like, okay, you're going to do this, 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 and you're going to be consistent with it, full stop. And like that's like the weekly reviews, weekly analysis, monthly analysis, monthly reviews, daily recaps, morning analysis, like all of those like little things that I need to do, like journaling. And yeah, so that's basically a little bit of an insider scoop on this coming week for myself and the things that I'm learning, things that I'm trying. I've been studying for a minute today. I've been studying trend lines, all this other stuff. So I'm going to continue doing that for the rest of my evening. But yeah, that's just a little bit of an insight on this week and what's coming up, what I'm doing, what I'm working on. So let me know what you guys are working on. I'd love to have a little bit more, I don't know. I'd love to just know what you guys are doing this week and what your plans are, and maybe the things that you're looking to improve on this week. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm super excited for the new trading week. I don't want to get too excited and take trades that don't need to be taken, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are enjoying my journey so far. Please subscribe. I document my entire journey. I document every single trading day. I document my mindset every day. I document my weekly recaps, weekly reviews, or I show you guys all my analysis. I'm even thinking of potentially showing my morning analysis in the days. But I don't know if that's going to be a little bit too much content, because I already post the trade recaps in the trading diary. So I don't know if that's going to be too much. Let me know what you guys think if you guys made it this far. But I post those on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, make sure you guys follow all my other social media in the description, and please subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.